recording. And we got a car blowing up. And this is magmawk. And we got some people coming out of the car. Oh my, they look like terrorists. That can't be any good. So we, the SWAT team, have to stop them. Their fancy helicopters and our various SWAT team here. Let's go ahead and go to the title here. This is Rescue, the Embassy Mission. Also called Hostage, the Embassy Mission in some areas. And as you guess, MES game. Now you have 3 different sub-difficulties, including Lieutenant, Captain, and Commander. How difficult the enemies move, how quickly, is determined by what rank you go with. So we'll go with Lieutenant for the heck of it. Now the different missions, they aren't that different, although they do possess different attributes. Training, there will be no hostages inside. You'll get a total of 18 minutes to complete your mission, and it's fairly easy as well. Target, we get hostages. Oh my, 3 hostages in the 3-story building. Ultimatum and trigger, the difficulty gets harder as the enemies get more accurate. There are more enemies, and they become more accurate as well, if I did not mention that earlier. And Jupiter, well, on the minimap, you lose their positions completely and only have 10 minutes to complete the game. So let's go with a medium difficulty of Ultimatum. And that starts out at 14 minutes. As you figured, trigger would be 12 minutes and Jupiter 10 minutes. So first we gotta get our snipers in position, located by the 3 X's, but we start out from the southeast corner with Mike. And you see Mike hiding from the spotlights there. The spotlights are done by the terrorist. Don't ask me how terrorists got spotlights, but if you step in those spotlights, they will shoot at you. And they might hit you. One hit and you're history, buddy. So let's not get shot and use our cover effectively. You can dive and duck into doorways, ledges, etc. And oh my, I can either dive or I can roll. If you're lucky enough, the roll will allow you to dodge. And also, if you think you can get past them, you can crawl as well. So let's duck into our first position here. And we got Mike in position. Steve is up next. For Steve. Remember, 1 shot in your history. Are you sure you're far enough, Steve? Look at your minimap by pressing the A button while you're in cover. When you're out of cover, you can press A to roll. And hopefully you won't get hit. And further you go. Why couldn't they get you closer? I don't know. But let's hope you don't die. Use that stealth effectively. But you do need at least 1 sniper in position, or the game is over. If you have all 3, well, that gives you a huge advantage of being able to take out a lot more enemies before sending your other 3 SWAT members in. I don't know if this team is called SWAT or not, but what I do know is Steve is in position. And now poor Jumbo. Jumbo has to go all the way across the street to the northeast. And if you can make this on any difficulty, I can consider you a hero. Because Jumbo starts from all the way back. And he has to get through a lot of places. Oh my, he's been shot. That means he goes to heaven. Poor Jumbo. Anyways, let's go ahead and drop our 3 inside guys. Now why couldn't they have used that helicopter and dropped snipers onto buildings nearby? Anyways, before we get to Ron, Dick, and Kimco here, let's have Mike take out a few of our enemies here. As I mentioned before, this is a 3-story building. So let's look for bad guys here. Bad guys will be gray-looking shadows. And controls, fairly simple. Move around, holding the B button to move quickly, and A button to fire. You have unlimited ammo, of course. But do you have unlimited patience? Depends on how much time you have. What I usually recommend is hang around a window for a few seconds, mark it by destroying the window, and then move on. For all of your missions, it will be a 3-story building with 3 windows on each level, each of the 3 sides. And not very many there. Now, I've noticed the tendency tends to be there will be more soldiers or terrorists on the further away building sides. But why am I doing this? Because once I have a guy inside, he must either clear the entire place or die trying. Which then you'll have to send in another guy, because you cannot switch back once a guy is inside. So let's go ahead and get Ron out to the side here. And repelling is done by the A button and up and diagonal. That's how I recommend it. If he slides too long, he will fall and die. Kind of like that. But here we are inside. And you have to be quick. The green dots are of course terrorists. The blue stationary dots are your hostages that you have to free. And you can move to the side and shoot with the A button. You have unlimited ammo. You have 2 different views, of course. This view, the one room, and then the hallways, where you will be focused more on the center rather than the corner. But you have to be quick, or they'll shoot you. Jupiter, you'll have approximately half a second to shoot your opponents. On easier levels, they can miss you 3-4 times before finally hitting you. Depends on how quick you can be. And sometimes they like to duck away. Yes, your terrorists are always on the move. And they become a lot faster in the lieutenant and the captain and commander modes. So you can think of lieutenant, captain, commander as the speed, and the various missions on how overall difficult you want it. Also notice, the longer you hold in the A button, the more inaccurate your gun gets. So shoot it fast, and hope it shoots in the right direction, because you don't have too much control over it. And go down to the bottom floor here. You can actually start from any floor if you rappel down far enough. But there's really no reason. Just go to the 3rd floor, because that is the closest. And let's go ahead and eliminate these terrorists real quick. And try not to miss. Try not to shoot hostages. Try not to shoot while the hostages are in the area. And you'll notice our count is going down. Your terrorists will move across floors occasionally. And the game is clear. Unfortunately, we have lost poor Jumbo. That means it was not a 100% success, and you get this scene. And occasionally, Even though you don't actually hit the hostage, it will say you have hit a hostage. And after that's over, you go back to this screen. So, Rescue the Embassy mission is a nice, short game that you might go to once in a while, but it doesn't have any long-term value. MagmaWK, signing off this one.